Okay.
All right, so we're going to begin our pre-trip inspection in the cab, and you can use your sheet here to check off everything that you need to check off. Uh, is listed. So we're going to begin by chocking our wheels at the front tire, and you're going to use 3-point contact as you come down the steps. Wheel is chopped. And we're going to come back on 3-point contact as we come back up. We are going to close the door, put our seat belt on. And then begin. So the first part of our air brake procedure breakdown is the air gauge is governed the kick-out check. So we're going to turn the bus off and fan the brakes down to 90 psi. All right, that's good right there. We're then going to turn the bus to run. And we're going to check our ABS light that came on and went off. Our DF is filled to the proper levels. And we have enough fuel to get through our trip. So we're going to start the bus up, building our pressure back up. And it should build between 120 and 140 psi where the governor will kick out. And if need, you will accelerate between 1,000 and 1,500 RPMs if it's not set to high idle or fast idle. Alright, so the governor is kicked out and is working properly. So we're going to turn the bus off, turn it back to run, and we're going to do the air leakage rate test. So we're going to release the parking brake and the service brake at the same time. And after the gauge is stabilized, we're going to reapply pressure to the service brake and explain that we should lose no more than 3 psi in a single for 1 minute. At that time, you can ask the examiner, can I have your assistance on keeping track of my time? Or you can wait your minute yourself as long as you have a clock to run off of. So simulating our minute is up. The next part of this procedure, we're going to fan the brakes down at about 55 or above, and the warning light and buzzer should sound off. As we continue to fan the brakes down between 20 to 45 psi, the parking brake should engage. Alright, the warning light is activated. And the parking brake has engaged, so everything is working properly. So now we will start the bus back up, building our pressure back up once again. And again, accelerating if needed between 1,000 and 1,500 RPMs. And explaining what should happen as we build our pressure back up. Above 55 psi, the warning light and buzzer should cancel out. And it is working properly. And once again, is going to build between 120 and 140 psi, and the governor will kick out. governor is kicked out and it is working properly. So now what we're going to do is go out and retrieve the chocks out from the tire. So we're going to leave the bus running at this time. 3-point contact as we go back down the steps. Alright. Lay the chocks down. Come back on, close the door, put the seatbelt back on. Alright, now we are going to test the parking brake. And we're going to put it in gear and accelerate and explain the parking brake held. Now we're going to perform the tug test and move the bus forward 5 to 6 feet at 5 miles an hour, where the testing the service brakes that they are working properly. And you'll do 2 stops minimum. That's 1. It's working properly. And 2. Smooth braking. Working properly. Alright, so we'll back the bus back up and continue on with the inspection. Alright, so from there we're going to ask the examiner, could I have his assistance on inspecting the lights on the outside? So you'll let him out and you'll yell out the window what lights you are activating. So we're going to turn our headlights and clearance lights that they are on and working. Our high beams are on and working. Left turn signal, right turn signal, four-way flashers, 8-way warning lights, amber, open the door, the red lights are activated, they're working. Alright, you'll ask them to inspect the lights in the back, which will go to the rear of the bus and activate all your lights again. So we'll put our brake lights and service lights, backup lights are on and working. Our left turn signal, right turn signal, four-way flashers, 8-way amber lights are activated, and we'll open the door for the reds to activate. And the red lights, stop arm and cross arm are working properly and out working. Alright, the examiner will come back in and you will continue on with the inside of your pre-trip inspection. So we'll go to our checklist, which we've already inspected the first 3. So we're going to go to the light indicators. So our light indicators are on the inside. So our left turn signal indicator is working. Right turn signal indicator. Our four-way flasher indicator is working. Our high beam indicator is working. Our 8-way warning light indicator on the inside on the panel is working, amber, and we'll open the door and the red light indicator on the inside on the panel is working. As we continue on with our inspection inside the bus, we'll just go down the list here. Our emergency equipment. Up over to the side, our fire extinguisher is properly charged in the green. Tag is current up to date and it is mounted and secured. Our reflectors All our red reflectors are not damaged, broken, or missing. And our first aid and body fluid cleanup kit, all items should be inside. The seals have not been broken. Our crowbar is mounted to the floor, and we should have spare fuses. We're going to continue on with our windshield and traffic monitoring device. So our windshield is not damaged or broken, clean and clear. Our traffic monitoring devices are mirrors. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 mirrors that are mounted, not damaged or broken, and they are adjusted to me, the driver. Our windshield wiper and blades is working, not damaged or broken. The seal on our window is not leaking, not damaged. Our heaters and defrosters. So we're going to go over to our panel over here. Our step heater, high and low, are working. Passenger heaters, rear, high and low, are working. The heater pump, which operates the heaters in the back for the passengers, is working. Our dome lights, passenger and driver dome, are working. Our fans, high and low, are working. Our defroster for the windshield and the heater for the driver is working, hot and cold. Our horn is working. Alright. We can also explain about our registration stickers that are current up to date on the windshield. So now as we begin, we're going to just maneuver over and talk about our passenger stairwell. The steps are free of any debris, mounted and secured. The handrails are secured. Our step lights, we'll open the door. Step light is working, not damaged or broken. We'll close the door, turn the lights back off, and we're going to turn the bus off, turn it to run, because we're going to cancel our child checkmate once we go to the rear. So as we come up, we're going to just look over here to our registration and insurance card that are current and up to date. We're going to inspect your passenger seats. So we're going to inspect one area of our seat that is mounted, secured, no rips, no cuts, no tears, no graffiti. And we're going to inspect all our seats exactly like that. All our emergency windows. Buzzer should sound off. Open it up. And it is working properly. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are all legible. Our emergency hatch is legible and working properly. We have 1, 2. As we continue on, just look at all our passenger windows that are not damaged or broken, clean and clear. And we're going to the back door, which is legible. And we'll open the door. Make sure it locks in place. The seal is also not ripped or torn. And the buzzer sounds off. I'm going to deactivate our child checkmate switch.
Child checkmate is now deactivated.
And then as we come back up to the front, we're going to check and inspect our passenger monitoring devices that are mounted and secured and properly working. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As we come back up, we're going to inspect our floor. That the mat is secured and there's no debris rolling around on the floor. So now as we come up, we're going to take our key and we're going to go outside to inspect the outside of the bus. One other thing that I failed to mention on our panel is we do have a strobe light on the rooftop, and it should be working properly as it's flickering. All right, so we'll take the key and head outside. Okay, so as we inspect the outside of the bus, we're going to start in the front and inspect all our lights, our clearance lights, 8-way warning lights, and our headlight turn signals and forward flashers, that they are all the proper color, not cracked, not broken, and working properly. Our school bus sign is legible, not ripped or torn. Our crossing arm extends out, it's not damaged or missing, and it does retract back. Our mirrors, we're going to touch all 4 mirrors, but they are secured to the bus. Mounted. Then as we check underneath the bus that there is nothing leaking, nothing hanging, the bus is level, indicating no indication of a flat tire or broken. Alright, now we're going to come to the side of the bus. And we're going to check the DEF fuel tank, which is mounted and secured. The hoses are attached. The cap is tight and not loose or missing. Our passenger door, the seals are not ripped or torn, not dry rotted. The door opens and closes smoothly. The windows are not damaged or broken, and also clean and clear. Checking all our lights on the side of the bus, our clearance lights, our side markers are all the proper color, not damaged or broken or missing, and working properly. Our reflectors are all the proper color, not damaged, broken, or missing. We're going to inspect underneath the bus for our frame that is not damaged or broken or illegal welded repairs. Our cross frame is not damaged or broken, no welded repairs on that. And our floorboard is bolted down. And like I said, we do have our strobe light on top of the bus that is working properly as well. To our fuel tank, the cap is tight, not missing. The fuel tank itself is mounted and secure, not leaking, and all hoses are attached. And it's not leaking on the floor, on the ground. Our traffic monitoring device on the corner up in there is not damaged or broken and working properly. To the rear of the bus, as we inspect all our lights once again, our clearance lights, 8-way warning lights, turn signals, 4-way flashers, brake lights, service lights, and backup lights are all the proper color, not cracked, not broken or missing, and working properly. All our windows are not damaged or broken. Our school bus sign is legible, not ripped or peeling. Our license plate light is mounted and secured and proper color and working properly. Our reflectors are the proper color, not cracked or broken or missing. We'll open our door and just make sure that it does open and close smoothly. And again, we can check the seals as we open it, that they are not ripped or peeling. Our traffic monitoring device up in the top is also not damaged, mounted and secured, and it is working properly, not cracked or broken. Coming to the driver's side of the bus again, inspecting all our lights, that they are all the proper color, clearance lights and side markers, not cracked, not broken or missing, and working properly. Our reflectors are all the proper color, not cracked or broken or missing. Our traffic monitoring device on the side, driver's side, we have 1, 2, 3 that are mounted and secured, not damaged or broken, and working properly. We'll come up to our stop sign. The lenses are red in color, not cracked or broken, and working properly. The airbag is not is mounted and secured, and no audible sounds of air, no frayed wires. We're going to open our battery compartment, and the battery tray is secured. Pins are in place on both ends. The terminals are free of any corrosion, and the wires are all attached. Alright, so as we begin, we're going to go to under the hood and inspect under the hood. So we're going to unlatch on both sides. Start our inspection on the driver's side, and we're going to start from the far side with our radiator coolant, which is mounted and secured. It is filled to the proper levels. The caps are all tight, not missing. All hoses are attached, not dry rotted, not leaking. Coming over here to our oil dipstick, it is not missing. You can check it when it's cold. You'll pull it out, wipe it off, put it back in, and check that it is at the proper levels. Our valves and hoses are all attached. There's no audible sounds of air leaking out anywhere. Coming down to our power steering reservoir, it is mounted to the frame. Caps are all tight, hoses are attached, and it is also filled to the proper levels. Our steering column is not damaged or broken. Our steering gearbox is mounted to the frame, not damaged or broken. Our fitment arm, drag link, and steering knuckle are not damaged or broken, with the cotter pin and castle nut on both ends, not loose or missing. Our frame is not damaged or broken, and no illegal welded repairs. Our shock absorber is mounted to the frame, not damaged or broken. Our leaf spring mounts on both ends are mounted to the frame, not damaged or broken. And our air canister, ring, and hose are mounted and secured. Again, no audible sounds of air leaking out. Then we're going to come to our brake drum, which is free of any contaminants that would prevent the brakes from stopping properly. Our brake pads are not missing, not worn. Now we're going to go to our tire. The tire is evenly worn. If I had a tread depth gauge, I would check for the proper tread depth, which is no less than 4/32 of tread. The sidewalls, no cuts, no gouges, no bubbles. The rim has a good seal, no illegal welded repairs. All lug nuts are tight, not loose, no shiny threads. All tire flags are going in the same direction, not missing. Our hub seal is mounted, secured. No fluid is leaking out of the cap. Our studs are all tight and bolted down. Our valve stem is centered and has a metal cap. If I had a tire pressure gauge, I would check for the proper air pressure. Alright, and that concludes our pre-trip inspection. Woohoo!